Chris Chappett here for all my Sherman loving friends. This is just a quick update on the pedal. I don't have my main camera up on my little home studio setup here, so in any event, my crappy little webcam is going to be okay because I made myself nice and small and put baby in the corner. This is representative of a stock Sherman pedal. And if I were to explode this out a little bit, I think I can do that with the mounting screws too. Basically, what you have is this pedal and this plate. There's 5 mounting holes, a fair distance from the edge, and you'll see why that's significant in just a second. Surprisingly, Phillips head. Maybe that's a little bit more universal than people having to have both an imperial and a metric set of Allen wrenches around. But nonetheless, there's that. And this is representing grip tape. For those of you who know SolidWorks, you can put different colors or textures on things. I actually use asphalt, and it turns out it's under stones, pavement, asphalt, and it kind of looks like grip tape. So that's the secret to that. So that's representing a very thin piece of grip tape that goes on these plates. But what's different about the Sherman plates than other plates, or one, is that this here is plastic. It's some sort of strong plastic, but injection molded. It's got your countersunk holes, but it also has this recessed area here that the grip tape actually goes down in. And that might actually help from the grip tape kind of catching an edge and coming up or off prematurely. I don't yet own a Sherman, so I can't really honestly tell you how that's going. Marty was trying to tell me something the other day on a phone call. Bad reception, but I think he was having some issues with how his grip is lasting. And I'm having a couple little issues with running the grip all the way to the edge. It works real well on a wood skateboard deck, and boards turn upside down, and you'd think there'd be a lot of damage. I'm not sure why, but the vicious grip tape is also suspect in that it can get some nicks or cuts and start to peel away in a few areas. But in any event, this isn't vicious on the Sherman, but it's very gritty grip tape, unlike some of the finer, more normal grip tape you find on a lot of skateboards and what have you. So on the top, there's that recessed area, the top of this plate, I'll call it. But on the bottom, you can see there's also a little bit of a recessed plate. And actually, I'm going to change this to my version of this. Whoops. To my version of this that is filleted. Come on. There you go. So these are kind of rounded on the edges and corners and then have that recessed thing. And in any event, when you lower it down on the pedal itself, as I'm doing here, what you'll see is that there's some overhang, right? This actually overhangs, and I think the purpose of that is to prevent water from getting down in there, because if water is raining on top of these pedals and it wants to come over the edge, that little bit of recess will have it just kind of come down the sides of the pedal rather than go into the interior. Not shown in this particular rendering is the fact that they have these kind of hollowed out centers with some kind of a grid or a matrix. It's not really a honeycomb thing, but you kind of get the idea. And that could be a potential, water reservoir. And I imagine that when you flip your pedals up, it would tend to drain, over here by that pin that it pivots on. But nonetheless, that's kind of the stock thing. So what I'm doing first round and trying is I'm going to chamfer or fillet the bottom of this plate and put some spikes through it. But my construction is really just a little bit simpler. There's some spikes. I was saying, where are my screws? Okay, my screws are embedded in there. but I will have embedded these spikes in this aluminum plate and put grip tape on it kind of all the way to the edge. And so when this comes down, similar to the, come on guys, there you go. And you too, let's everybody get in position here. So this isn't showing it, but you'll actually see the Phillips screw heads here. They kind of go on top of the grip tape holes. But similarly, my plates will overhang the edge. And with those screw holes being, where they are, there still is this opportunity for this plate edge to kind of, bend up. So we're going to have to see how that works. It is a weird, people were saying that's janky just because it's plastic, but it is kind of, different that there are plates that actually overhang the side of the pedals, because that does, allow you to kind of push up or on impact, like bend that up. So maybe plastic's good with this kind of recessed design that's on the the stock pedals, in that what's like, look at this corner, like the only thing that's going to resist this thing from pulling up with these all the way embedded is the strength of the plastic. But maybe when there's force on that, going up and bending it in the corner, that super flexible plastic does the old I'm going to bend but not break thing, and it's superior. So until you actually see some pedals shattering, it could be a good thing. And maybe the illusion of having mine being metal sounds great at the beginning, but mine might actually bend. But aluminum's pretty flexible and pretty strong. It may be in the same boat or category as these plastic ones. The only real way to tell is to make them, ride the hell out of them, and see what happens. So that's just a little primer course on what Sherman pedals are like, different than some of the other pedals. I'm loving the way that my 16X pedals feel in general. I love having both the vicious grip and the spikes. I like the fact that the spikes don't come out so much because the vicious grip is so relatively thick. But that combination is great for locking your feet in. I don't really have much of an issue of moving my feet when I want to migrate them to a different position. So it's kind of a perfect balance. I just have to maybe consider what I'm going to do about the grip coming up. I might have to go with a thicker plate and have that recessed edge if that actually works. Don't know, but I should be making some Sherman plates this weekend while Marty and the people who already have the damn Shermans go up on a speed run at Baldy or Glendora Mountain Road or whatever they're doing. Okay, ciao for now.